Hello, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you all see my screen here?
Morning.
One second, please. I have some technical error here. Okay, great. Okay, shall we start the day? Maybe you can just put it in the chat room. All right, great. How are you all today? Okay, nice. Okay, so basically, my name is Yavinesh. Okay, so this is my first Zoom meeting for this multimedia session. Okay, so yeah, as what has been advertised to you all, okay, I've been doing training, okay, in a actual classroom training for the past, I think, more than 10 years. Okay, so if you have any kind of question, also you can ask me regarding video editing and video effects or motion graphics. Okay, so all right, so without wasting any time, so let's straight get into the topic. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss a bit about how you can actually use a video for your social media marketing. All right. Okay, so let's get to it. Then after that, after I'm explaining about the idea of video marketing, then I'll be showing a simple demo on how to use After Effects to create what we call a simple animation. Okay, it could be an image animation or a text animation. Right? Let's get into it. All right. Okay. First of all, before I go to this tool, okay, everybody knows that video is very important for marketing purpose to bring in more sales. Okay, so that you can easily capture audience that you want to reach. Okay, so how you can do that? Okay, not only using a live video, means you shoot a recorded video of yourself talking or some real person is talking in the video. You can also use graphics, animated graphics, or we call it motion graphics, to create the video. And it could be only the elements will be animated and without any what we call a live video. You can just use some images, some vector arts or icons, and then you can animate with the text explaining about the your product or services. Okay, so most of us nowadays unable to produce the video, okay, because of the time constraint is number one, and then maybe we don't have enough skill to create the videos. Okay, so the first option that you can go if you don't have these two things is you can use some free tools which is available online, or For example, let's say I want to create a video with the images, some text, or maybe some video, and then you overlap with the text and music. Okay, so you can actually use some online some website that provides free images, free audios, and so on. Okay, the first thing is creating a high quality images. Okay, so we are not maybe most of us are not a photographer. Okay, so maybe we don't have a high end gadgets and so on. Okay, so what we can do is we can get some high quality images from pixels.com, like freeimages.com, pixabay. Okay, this website provides you images which is royalty free, which means you can use it for what we call a personal or commercial purpose without any problem. Okay, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay, so definitely there is some limitation, but so far normally what I use is I use pixel.com. Pixels, they have a very high quality images, and then you just Google for it and you can get it. All right, so just you can just try to browse through this website to get a better images for your maybe for your video or maybe your poster or whatever. Okay, and then free stock videos. Okay, sometimes maybe we want to put some nice video, but then we don't have maybe resources like definitely the financial part, number one, or maybe we are not skillful enough to shoot videos. All right, so you can browse through this website and you can download this up to 4K videos. You can download it for free. All right. Okay, so this one just for your information, so you can go through this. All right. Then you have a free music. Okay, definitely any video with a music, it can appeal more people to watch the video. All right, so you can go to YouTube audio library. You just Google for YouTube audio library. There's thousands of musics there, which is posted by musicians. Okay, and then you can go to free music archive, Jamendo, and Bensound. Right, this what I've listed is a very limited number of website that which I've used before. Okay, there is a lot more that you can find online. Okay, and you see sometimes when we upload video on YouTube, just in case if you use any song or commercial songs sing by some artists, okay, immediately YouTube will be giving you a warning saying that this is copyrighted music. So either your video has to be taken out or your audio will be muted. Okay, so what you can do is you can use this free musics for your video so that uh, you can use it freely, definitely. Yeah. Okay, next. Free Android apps. Okay, so okay, why I didn't put iOS because I'm not a Apple guy. Okay, so I use Android, so that's why I use Android apps. Okay, so these are some of the apps that I used before. Okay, so this one you can actually uh, create a simple video, okay, with a lesser time, okay, instead of a complicated softwares on PC. Okay, so you can use animate images, animate text, or you can overlap text and audio with a video. Okay, you can use all these apps. Okay, you can try it out as well. Okay, so let's come to professional softwares. Okay, professional softwares that used to create videos or edit videos. Okay, some of it are After Effects. Okay, maybe most of you knows about it. Okay, Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, Premiere Pro and After Effects from the same company. Okay, why we have two? Okay, After Effects, as it sounds, more on effects. Okay, and Premiere Pro is more for editing. Okay, so if you're from the broadcast line, you have online editing, offline editing. Okay, so Premiere Pro is normally used to cut and edit the video. Okay, let's say you have a real video, live video footage, and then you need to remove certain part or add in or join with another video, then you use a Premiere Pro. After you have done with your editing, then you can bring that video to After Effects to add any effects, text effect, or even Premiere Pro also can do color coding, and also in After Effects also you can do some color corrections. Okay, and then let's go to Cinema 4D. Okay, Cinema 4D is actually a 3D animation software. Okay, After Effects is very integrated with Cinema 4D. So most of the motion graphics that you see, which has 3D in it, most of it will be Cinema 4D. Okay, other than Cinema 4D, you have 3D Studio Max or Autodesk Maya and all that to create 3D as well, right? And you also have a Final Cut Pro for Mac version, okay, to edit videos, or you can animate text and so on. And also you have a Blender. Blender is a 3D application. It's an open source, means it's free to use. You don't have to pay a single cent for it. Okay, so this is just an idea for you uh, to explore further on this softwares. All right. Okay, so let's. Okay, what can you do in After Effects? Okay, let me stop for a while. Okay, this just a sample video that I took from online to give you an idea what we can achieve using After Effects. Okay, in this video, I didn't integrate the VFX part, which is After Effects also used in VFX pipeline, where in movie making, when we do some effects and so on, we can use After Effects. All right. So, but this video especially, what you call? I'm going to show how motion graphics is integrated. Okay, apologize for the technical error here. I don't know why it doesn't capture my computer's audio. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay, great, thanks. Okay, there is a background music, but doesn't matter. Okay, just focus on the the graphics part. Okay, done with that. I'm going to share again my slide here. Okay, so you all have watched the preview. So what you can actually use After Effects for, all right? So, can you all hear me? Sorry. Okay. Okay, so you have seen a preview. So may I know just, may I know anybody have used After Effects before or not? You can put it in the chat box. All right. Okay. The reason is because if you are a After Effects user, okay, I'm going to show a simple demo so that maybe if you are already an existing user, maybe you get bored because it's a very basic demo that I'm going to show you. All right. So that's the reason I asked anybody have used or not. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is how you can very easily animate some text with maybe some images and so on. All right. Okay, so I'm going to open up my After Effects. Can you all see my screen? Okay, I think it's visible now. All right. Okay, so when you first time launch After Effects, you will have some panels here. Okay, just some what we call very basic parts I'm going to show you. Okay, the first one is the project panel, and then you have a composition panel, and then down here you have a timeline panel. Okay. Okay, the way the process of creating a simple animated motion graphics, well, let's say we're going to do some image animation plus with some text. Okay, so the process is very simple. Number one, we need to create a composition inside After Effects. Okay, composition is something like let's say you want to do some cooking. Okay, so you need to have a pot, and then you will be putting in your whatever things that you want to put, vegetables or salt or water and so on. Okay, this composition works as your quali there. All right, so I'm going to create a new composition here. Okay, I go to composition, new composition. Okay, inside here you can see there is setting for your video. Okay, number one is your resolution. Okay, and then you have your pixel aspect ratio, your frame rate, and then you have your duration. Okay, the resolution is depends on where you're going to display your video. Okay, let's say for example, I want to do a full HD. Okay, full HD size is 1920 1080. Okay, not 1020 here, or maybe HD size. Okay, 1280 720. Okay, so I just change my resolution and then pixel aspect ratio. Okay, it depends on the device. If your device that you're going to display your video, okay, okay, I unable to pinch my video because I'm using PC here. Okay, I don't know whether if possible or not. Okay, let me just try to reduce my resolution. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now it looks bigger, right? Let me see. Okay. Now it's visible, clearer. All right, thanks. Okay, so you have a resolution. I already changed my resolution to 1280 720. This is the HD size, and then pixel aspect ratio, square pixel. Most of the time, the devices will be using square pixel unless your device is maybe a widescreen LCD screen. Maybe you can change the pixel aspect ratio. Okay, and then you have frame rate. Okay, the higher the frame rate, your animation will be smoother or your video will be smoother. Okay, so this frame rate means, okay, how many, okay, sorry about that. Okay, the frame rate is how many frames of images will be played back per second. Okay, so it means let's say I simply put 200 frames per second. Okay, if your device is not powerful enough, enlarge the split. Okay, I don't see the split part there. Okay, somebody message to increase the split. Okay, is this clear enough, guys? Do I need to enlarge it further? Okay, thanks for the reply. All right, okay. So if let's say I put 200 frames per second, okay, so if your device that you're going to play the video is not powerful enough, the video will be lagging. Okay, sometimes maybe if we download Blu-ray movies, okay, so and then we can see when we play in our PC computers, okay, it will be lagging. Okay, audio will be playing first, the video will be coming later. That's because one of the reason maybe high frame rate, okay, and also maybe higher resolution. Okay, so frame rate normally we just put 24 or 25 frame per second. All right, if you want a better video, a clearer video, smoother video, you can put 30, not more than that. 30 is good enough. Okay, maximum 30. 24 25 is standard rate. If you go to cinema to watch movies, right, that cinema's standard rate is 24 frame per second. Okay, that is a frame rate. Okay, then this resolution is a preview in the composition here. Okay, this one it will not affect your final output, so you can just leave it as it is, or if you want to change to any other value also can, quarter, half, or full. Okay, and then duration. Okay, what is your final video's duration? We start with the frame followed by second, then you have minutes and hours on the left hand side. All right, so let's say I'm going to put 10 second. Okay, so 10, 0, 0. 0, 0 represent the frame over here, 25. If I put here 25, okay, what will happen is it will add 1 to the second because 25 frame per second. All right, so change that to 10 second. I click OK. Okay, so once I created the new composition, you can see there is comp 1 in my project panel. Okay, in the comp 1, okay, so we need to, as I told you before, composition is something like a quali, right? Okay, so we need to put our whatever rice, curry powder, curry leaf, or whatever vegetables inside the composition. Okay, so whatever things that we're going to put in, that will be our asset. We need to import our asset. It could be video, images, or audio, or maybe some vector files, Illustrator files, EPS, or maybe Photoshop file, BMP, JPEG, or whatever, any format of images or audio. Okay, so I'm going to import the asset. I'm going to go to File, Import, File. Or you can press Control I to import. Okay, so let's say, let's say, I'm going to import some images here. Okay, I imported 2 images here. Okay, the way we place our images inside our composition is by dragging the image, drag the image, drop it in the timeline panel over here. This is our timeline panel. Just drag and drop from the project panel, drag and drop into the timeline. All right. Okay, so once I have placed, you can see if I zoom out from the composition preview here, okay, my image is quite big. Okay, so I need to make it smaller. Okay, how do I make it smaller? I go to this layer, the timeline layer. I'm going to right click here, transform, fit to comp width. Okay, because this is a portrait image, I'm going to fit to comp width. And then if I want to move this image down a bit, okay, so what I do is I go to the layer, I go to expand this small arrow here under the transform. Okay, you have anchor point, position, scale, rotation, opacity. Okay, so I'm going to go to position. You have 2 values, X and Y. Okay, the Y value, I'm going to bring it down, just click and drag. If you want to change the value, you can just click and type, click and let go to key in whatever value. You can type from your keyboard, or you can click and drag to change the value. All right. Okay, so let's say I place it somewhere there, or maybe I'm going to make it slightly smaller. Okay, so I go to scale here. Okay, reduce the size of it. And then if I want to move, I can use my this selection tool here on top here in the toolbar. Just click and move it. Click and drag to move it. Okay, you can see my background color here is black color. This is because in the composition setting, I put it as black color. If I want to change the resolution, the frame rate, the duration, or the background color of the composition, I can still do it by going to composition, composition setting. Okay, composition setting. Then I go to background color, change it to, let's say I'm going to change it to some different color, white color maybe. Okay, so now the background has become white, right? So I'm going to change the view to fit. Okay, so we already have an image. Okay, we have a duration of 10 seconds here. You can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 seconds. Okay, if I play now, nothing will happen. It will not move because we haven't animated yet. Okay, let's say I want to animate this image. I want the image to appear from the left to the right. Okay, so I'm going to animate this. Okay, so everyone must pay attention on this. Whenever we want to animate anything in After Effects, we need to add keyframe using this icon here. Okay, so this is the icon is look like a stopwatch there. This is to add keyframe for anything, any value. It could be effects, blur effects, changing of color. Okay, so currently we only have this. Let's say I want to animate the position. Okay, so what I do, I go to this. This is current time indicator. Change the current time indicator to maybe about 1 second, just roughly estimated about 1 second, and then I click the stopwatch for position. So when I click the stopwatch for position, you can see there is a small dot here. Okay, so this is your keyframe. Okay, so now I have one keyframe. In order for me to animate, I need to have at least 2 keyframes with different value. Then only it will be animated. Okay, so currently this is my position. Okay, the image position is this. Okay, so I go back to 0 second or the beginning of the time, and then I just change my X value. I move it out from the screen. Okay, from the composition preview area. Okay, so you see, once I moved it, you automatically have another keyframe. Okay, so means when I play back, it will be animated. As simple as that. Okay, you just click the stopwatch once and then change your time, change the value. It will be animated. Clear, everyone? Everyone got it? Okay, just to show again one more time. Okay, so let's say I have a composition. I already import my image. I drag and drop my image into the composition. Okay, and then I change the scale and position. Okay, change the scale and position. Now I don't have the animation. I already removed it. I go to time 1 second. I click the stopwatch for position. I go back to time 0, and then I just move my X value. It could be X or Y or anything. Okay, so for this example, I'm just going to change the X value. So when I play back, okay, so let's say I'm going to play back using the preview button here. Okay, so it will be animated. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. So by default, any animation that we do, it will be in linear movement. So means it will be just the speed of the movement is always the same. Okay, the speed is linear. So what we can do to make our animation interesting a bit, okay, I'm going to make this animation a bit longer or maybe slower a bit. Okay, we can always change the position of the keyframe. Okay, let's say I change this to maybe let's say 8 seconds, the second keyframe. So when I play back, it will be very slow. Okay, so let's say you feel that this is slow, so you want to make it faster, you just make the 2 keyframes close to each other, closer a bit. Okay, so something like this. All right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the movement, the motion graph from linear to something different a bit. So what I do, first of all, I right click on the keyframe, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Okay, I already clicked on easy ease, and then I go to graph editor. Okay, I go to change this to speed graph, edit speed graph. Is in case if it is in value graph, change it to speed graph. And then I click on the graph here. I just click and drag the N handle here. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so when I drag the graph. Okay, so initially it's a bit flat at the beginning, and then you can see the curve is becoming more steep. Okay, so means it will become faster over here, and then this is the maximum speed. Then after that, it will become slower, 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 and slower. Okay, so let me just play back this, then you'll have a better idea. Okay, so what happened here is, I'm going to make this small so that you can see clearly. Okay, so the way it moves now no longer linear. Can you see it clearly? The way it moves? Okay, great, great. Okay, so if we just animate in the linear method, okay, it will not be interesting. So we need to edit the graph editor so that it will be smooth. Okay, so when before it stops, it slow down, then only it stops. Okay, so let's say I've done with my image animation. So let's say I want to add some text over here. All right, so what I do, I go to type here, type tool on top here. Just click on your composition. Okay, I'm going to type some text here. Then, okay, if I want to change the color, the font type and all that, it will be in the character panel over here. Okay, change the color to maybe something like black color maybe. Okay, and then, okay, let's say I just leave the font there, increase the size. Okay, let's say something like that. Okay, so let's say I want to do some animation, a very basic animation, same like what we have done earlier. Okay, earlier for the image, I just changed the position to animate. And let's say this text, I want to animate a different attribute. Let's say I want to do some position and scale, let's say, okay? So, and also rotation, let's say, for example. Okay, so what we can do is I can highlight all these three. Okay, maybe I put my current time indicator at 4 seconds, click on the stopwatch. Okay, now I have 3 keyframes here. Okay, and then I go back to 2 seconds, I change the value. Okay, maybe I'm going to rotate this a bit, about maybe 90 degrees. And then I'm going to make it smaller, let's say, and then I'm going to move it somewhere there. Okay, just for preview purpose. Okay, so when I play back, we have this. Okay, a very simple one. Okay, still you must remember whenever we add keyframe, it will be in linear. Okay, so what we need to do, we highlight all the keyframe here. I go to right click, keyframe assistant, easy is. Then I open up my graph editor. Okay, I have 3 different value here because I have 3 attributes. I just highlight this one and then I just click and drag 3 together. Okay, then I play back. Okay, let's take a look. So if it is both of the animation, if it is too slow, what you can do is you can move your keyframe closer a bit. Okay, something like that, then play back. Okay, so we have done with the animation. So you have a text moving, image moving. Now let's say you have a different product or maybe different services that you're going to explain about. Okay, so what you need to do is you have to just repeat the same process for next image. Okay, so let's say I'm going to make this shorter a bit. Okay, so you can always drag and drop anything that you have. Okay, So let's say I'm going to trim these two part a bit shorter. Then this image starts here. Okay, so you can see when you drag and drop, it will be very big. You right click, transform, fit to com width, let's say. Okay, maybe slightly. Okay, this is quite big, the image. I'm going to go to position and then maybe move it. Okay, maybe not move it, just leave it as it is. Okay, it's gone. Transform, fit to com width. Okay, so you can always continue doing any kind of animation. The first part is appeared, then second one appear, maybe you add some text and then you create the animation. After you have done all your what we call animation part, okay, maybe let's say I want to add some audio to this. Okay, I want to add some music. Okay, so let's say I go to desktop. Do we have this? No. Okay, so I already import my MP3 file here. Just drag and drop into your timeline. Okay, so the audio is much longer than the clip here. Okay, so what we can do is if you expand here, you will see the waveform. Okay, waveform, you can see the shape of the audio. Okay, so you can actually move it if maybe this is the part that you want, or you can just leave it. Okay, let's say I want to trim this one. I make this longer a bit. Then I want to stop up to here. Okay, I can trim it. Okay, the end part, and then I'm going to make it fade out. Okay, so if I leave it as it is, it will just suddenly stop. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to animate the audio level. Okay, I go to the end part over here, and then maybe about -40. So you can see here the waveform. Okay, slowly it's fading out. Okay, so when I play back, okay, sorry about that. Unfortunately, you can't hear my audio, right? All right. Okay. So this is how you add any audio to your animation. Everyone clear? Okay. So this is a simple demo that I've shown you. Okay. So basically, it is not difficult, right? Okay. So it's very easily you can create a very simple animation within maybe this kind of animation within less than 5 minutes you can complete it. Okay, of course, definitely if you learn more you can definitely do how you have seen in the sample video that I've shown you. All right, okay, so okay, we have a limited time here. All right, what I want to say. Okay, so as you all maybe some of you are aware, so that we are doing some another basic in After Effects class in the upcoming dates. I'm not sure when is the date. Mr. Shankar can update you all. Okay, so you can actually learn how to animate this, and then you can go through the content. Okay, so that after the training finishes, you can definitely create as in the objective of the training. All right. So before I end the session, do you have any question that you want to ask? Maybe you can unmute your mic and then you can ask question. Anyone? Any question, anything, maybe not related to this. Okay, how to save this? All right. Okay. Once we have done this, okay, let me just show you. Okay, we have in After Effects normally we go to add to render queue. Okay, but since 2018, okay, we don't have MP4 support for this add to render queue. So normally what I do is I use add to media encoder queue. Okay, for now I just show you add to render queue. When I click add to render queue, I click on the lossless here. I can choose what format that I want. Let's say I choose a QuickTime. Okay, format option, animation, I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, and then, okay, here, you have channel RGB. Okay, let's say, you know, this empty area, the white color, is actually, I didn't put anything. I just set the background color only, right? Hello? Okay, so I put a background color only, right? So you also can put RGB plus alpha. Means the white color part will be transparent. Let's say you are doing an animation of your company logo, for example, and then you want to use that logo animation on top of other videos. Okay, so when you create the logo animation, you need to choose RGB plus alpha when you are rendering the logo animation, so that you will get the outside all will become transparent. Okay. So I'm going to put RGB for now. I press OK, and then output to where I'm going to save this video. Okay, let's say I choose desktop, comp1, movie, save, and then I click on render. When I click on render, what will happen is this will become a video file. Clear? Any other questions? Anyone? How to publish the video? Okay, I just showed you how to do the rendering. So now we have comp1.movie in my desktop. So this is my video that I just rendered. Okay, so basically the output will become a video file, but you also can save as After Effects. You also can save it as After Effects project file. Okay, did I answer your question? So you can go to File, Save As, whatever project. Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you. Any other questions? Any question, please? One second. What was the question again? Okay, I can't see my chat. I need to stop the sharing. 1 second. All right. Okay, there is a question from Narendran Ganesan. Okay, just now I save as RGB plus alpha. Okay, the white color part. Okay, no. When I export as RGB only. I didn't export as alpha. Okay, let me just, for example, I just show you. I go to File, I go to Export, Add to Render Queue. I'm going to export again. Click on the lossless, RGB plus alpha. Okay, I'm going to choose Movie, QuickTime, Animation, RGB plus alpha, plus OK. Output to replace the video. Okay, I'm going to save it. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I already choose RGB plus alpha. Click OK. I click render. Okay, it's rendering. Let it to render first. Because when you choose RGB plus alpha, it will take a bit longer to render. All right. So, okay. Meanwhile, any other question? Let me see. Okay, let it to finish render. I'm going to stop for a while here. Oh, Adobe Bundle, Creative Cloud, like Premiere Pro, etc. Okay, for simple, attractive promotional marketing video for social media. Okay, do you need After Effects only or also Premiere Pro? Okay, if you want to do a promotional marketing video, I'm not talking about the live shoot footage that you're going to edit. Okay, so if you're involved editing, a lot of editing, then you must have Premiere Pro. If maybe you record an interview video kind of thing, maybe a very short one, you don't need Premiere Pro, you can do it in After Effects itself. Okay, and let's say okay, another important thing that you need to have is Photoshop and Illustrator. Very important. Because why? Okay, sometimes when we want to do some elements within After Effects alone, it's quite difficult. Right? So you need to have Illustrator, you design there, you bring it to After Effects, then you animate. Same goes to Photoshop. Okay? So let me just share the screen. Okay, I already rendered the video. Okay, I'm going to import again. So let's say I have this one. I'm going to import that video here just for preview purpose. Just now I choose RGB plus alpha, right? Okay, so if I put on top of any other video or images, why is it not there? Okay, let me just double check. Okay, it doesn't come out. It doesn't show the video. Okay, just one sec. Okay. Okay, you see, after I render RGB plus alpha and then I put it on top of some other video or maybe some other text, you can see here, it will become transparent. Something like this. Can you see that? Even though in my composition, this is white color. Okay, because I didn't put anything, it's just a preview color, but actually there is nothing there. Okay, but you must remember when you export RGB plus alpha, you need to choose either MOV file or QuickTime player file or AVI file. If you want to export in what we call MP4, MP4 doesn't support alpha channel. Okay, so if you want transparent, you cannot export in MP4. you need to export in MOV or AVI. Okay. Where was that? Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Okay. If there is any other question, if I missed anything, did I miss anything? Mr. Host, where is Dubai? But you can download trial version for the yes. Yes, Adobe softwares, you need to, you can download a trial version for 7 days. Okay, previously they have 1 month, then they reduce it to only 7 days now. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll keep you updated on the future classes. Okay. Any other question? Anything you want to ask? Maybe you can unmute your mic and you can ask me. No question? Okay, great. Okay, so if there is no question, we'll end up the session. Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, your this Sunday you have invested for your learning purpose. Okay, so keep look forward for your in the next event. All right. If you have any question, you can ask me directly at yavinesh@gmail.com. Okay, or okay, let me just type here. Yavinesh@gmail.com, or you can contact Mr. Shankar for anything because we work close together with him. All right. Sorry. Okay. So if there is nothing, okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining the event. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Shankar, you have anything to say? Yeah. Okay. Okay. We can end the session now. Thanks everyone.
ரொம்ப நல்லா செஞ்சிருக்கீங்க. நல்லா இருக்கு. பேக்ரவுண்ட் தான் ஒரு நல்ல ஃப்ளோ ஏதாவது செஞ்சா வீணாயிருமோன்னு பயமா இருக்கு. உங்க ஸ்டைல செஞ்சிருக்கீங்க, நல்லா இருக்கு. அது அது அந்த கிரிட்டிக்கல் டாபிக் வந்து கொஞ்சம் என்ஹான்ஸ் பண்ண முடியுமான்னு பாருங்க. மற்றது பயனா இருந்தா பரவாயில்ல விட்டுருங்க. இதே நம்ம